Hi guys, welcome back. I am making Panda Express Copycat Super Greens today. I went to Panda Express about a month ago. I tried these super greens and they were so good. I came home right away. I found a recipe and they are delicious. I will flip the camera around and show you how it's made, and I hope you try this recipe because it is so good and super easy too. We are starting off with our ingredients here. We have vegetable oil or any kind of mild tasting oil would work great. Garlic, ginger, kale, cabbage, broccoli. I like to use frozen broccoli most of the time, but today I had fresh broccoli, so we're going to be using that. Chicken broth. If you don't like chicken broth, you can certainly substitute for vegetable broth, and soy sauce. Because I have fresh broccoli, I am going to be blanching the broccoli. When I make this with frozen broccoli, I don't bother with this step because it's blanched before they freeze it. This recipe makes quite a bit, so if you're making a full recipe, you'll want a pretty big pan. Otherwise, you can cut the recipe in half or in quarters for however much you need. So I'm turning my pan on medium-high heat and adding 2 tablespoons of oil. Let that heat up for a minute. And then I'm going to add 2 cloves of garlic. I did quite a bit more because I love garlic. And 1 teaspoon of ginger. You're going to take that and stir it around for about 15 seconds. Then we're going to add in 4 cups of cabbage, cut into 1-inch chunks or however you like it. I like them in bigger chunks. 8 cups of kale. So I just go through and took all the ribs out of the kale and ripped it up into small, like bite-size-ish pieces. You stir the cabbage and the kale in the mix in the pan for about 1 minute. You kind of are trying to coat everything. You're going to add in your chicken broth. So it's 1 cup of broth, whether you're using chicken broth or vegetable broth, doesn't matter. 1 cup of broth. Then you're going to add in 4 cups of broccoli florets. I like the broccoli, but I like a little less broccoli than the 4 cups. So I think I have about 2 cups there, or whatever the equivalent to 1 head of broccoli was. And then 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. At this point, you want to stir everything really well. You want everything coated with that liquid. And then you're going to cover and steam it for 3 minutes. Once that's done, take the lid off and you're good to go. You can plate it up and season it how you like it. Here's the completed dish. I added salt because I used homemade chicken broth and I don't put a lot of salt in there when I make it. And my soy sauce was low sodium. So I added a little bit of salt. I added some green onion and some red pepper flakes. And that is delicious. All right, that was the super greens. They turned out really great. I hope you try this recipe. Let me know how it turns out for you, and I will catch you next time. Bye. Super greens. Super green. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you could hit that like button, that would be awesome. Make sure that you're subscribed so you can find this video again. And here is a video that YouTube thinks that you will enjoy, so you can click on that next, and I will see you next time. Bye.